Hello everybody, this is the third video for today, and today it's going to be on the modded ShengShou 4x4 version 5. Now I'm going to compare it to an unmodded one. The only difference between these is that this one's been modded internally and externally, whereas this one's only been set up, lubed, and restickered. Alright, so let's talk about if the mod is actually worth it. So let's go through some of the features of a cube, obviously, like corner cutting. Corner cutting on this cube is pretty simple. Like, it goes pretty effortlessly, especially in small amounts. You can just see it, barely any movement at all, any sound, I mean. And I can go over more. Let's try line to line. So line to line. Just about. So it wants to go, but it won't go. Let's try with this one. So just a little bit is, yes, very, very easy. Let's try line to line. And it does. Right, so it's about the same. So is, doing the mod, performing the mod on this, doing all that time worth the corner cutting? Well, in my experience with this puzzle compared to this puzzle, it's not really. There are some good things about doing the mod, and we'll get to those, but for corner cutting, it's not really worth the effort if that's all you care to do it for. The only thing I will say the difference between corner cutting between an unmodded one and a modded one is that the modded one just takes way less effort to corner cut, whereas this one can corner cut the same amount. It just takes more effort. All right, so that's basically it for corner cutting. Let's go on to another thing that's really good about the mod for at least the version 3 and the version 4, which is the M slices. Now, I don't know, it didn't really do a whole lot more on this one compared to the unmodded one. I'll do double M slices first. So you can see that if you're good at the double flick on 2 of these, you can actually perform the H and the Z perm, or Z perm, wherever you're from, pretty fluidly. All right, on this one, can we do the same thing? Yes, we can, pretty much, except there is a little issue with catching and stuff like that, I feel. All right, so let's try a Z perm on this one. Oh, I screwed that up. Anyways, let's try it again. So it's very fluid on this one. How about on this one? Maybe if my accuracy was a little bit better. However, given that there are extra holes here, I do have that extra room to let pieces slide by. So it looks like that the mod is definitely beneficial for those. How about single slices? Now there is a there's a PLL parity algorithm that I perform, and it requires a double one of these. A lot of people do it like this. Now the way I perform it is I go, it's a lot slower, right? Now other people perform it by going, and it's a lot faster, especially if you get that double flick in there, which I'm just not good at yet, especially on the 4x4. But I don't get any lockups during this inner slice, whereas on the previous versions you do. So let's go ahead and check out what an unmodded one feels like. Okay, let's start that again. So I'm not really getting them. Oh, a little bit right there. Snap. Now I've noticed that I do actually get them more on there, actually quite a bit, so I don't know if that was just coincidence. But it's still definitely improved. Now the version 5 is definitely improved on the version 4 and 3 with those kind of things. So that is the whole thing with the, I think it is the Consta mod, where you mod the inside pieces to help those 2 edge pieces slide past each other. And I believe that they've actually modded part of that on this, but I went ahead and rounded them off on here anyways, and I do find that it is definitely a lot better with that. So overall, like the performance of this cube with corner cutting is a lot easier. You get less inner slice lockups, less double slice lockups. So that is definitely something that you might want to consider doing, is the the Consta mod on this. Now the Florian mod obviously just made it easier to corner cut. Now, does it make the puzzle more smooth, right? Like, do the layers actually move smoother because of these holes I've put in here now? And the answer for that is no, it can't possibly do that. And the reason for that is because what's really grinding inside when you have a cube that's a lot more clunky than another one is the internal pieces that are stuck and hooked in to keep these pieces in. These pieces are only touching by the sides of them. There's nothing mechanical touching, you know, there's all the mechanism is down there and it's all rubbing on each other and stuff like this. This outside here is just kind of barely friction that we kind of lube, you know what I mean? So when I lube puzzles, I actually don't even really lube the outside, I just lube the mechanism because that's really what counts. So doing this mod here, which is only for the external part of the piece, shouldn't affect it. And in fact, it doesn't. Okay, so they're just as smooth as the other one. I think ShengShou did a very good job on their version 5. So far, I think the Florian and Consta mod is good for you know, easier corner cutting, less minor lockups, because you don't get a lot of, you know, hard lockups with this one anyways. But the minor ones that you do get happen quite a bit, but just not massive, you know, big ones. And this one kind of eliminates all of them, you know, so I think that's a really, really good part to do. And obviously the Consta mod makes the slices move better on the inside as well because of all those internal pieces that move around each other. So I think that is a very good thing for the mod. I'm very, very glad I did it. I want to show you guys the differences in the pieces and the quality of the job that I did on this. All right, so here are two of the pieces, and this one here is unmodded, and this one is modded. Now you can clearly see the mod. We've got rounding going on right here, so you can see the difference, right? This one is rounded, that one is not. Same with the other side, rounded, that one is not. And I want to show you guys, I really took my time with this. You know, I sanded it down, like I got my angles. Oh, also the mods go down here. You can see that this is angled all the way down to the top here, and then also took this bump off. So if I show you sideways, you can really see that there are some minor, you know, differences. I didn't want to over mod it though, which I think was a really good thing because I think I did a decent job on this one. But this whole bump right there, that middle bump, whoop, is now gone. There's no bump. And same with these hard edges along here. You can see that they are filed down. But I took sandpaper and I did it all by sandpaper, no Dremel whatsoever, because I think that with small mods it's better to just use sandpaper. And so once I had my final shape, I just kind of used a really fine nail file and went ahead on it. And I was actually going to use even, you know, better sandpaper, like 1000 grit, to make it just as smooth as the puzzle originally was. And I think that would be the ultimate mod. Maybe one day I'll go ahead and do that. And here are the corner pieces. The unmodded one is here and the modded one is in my right hand. Now, I didn't go ahead and mod all too much on the stock of this. Like, I didn't go around all of this stuff here like I've seen some people do. I just didn't see that that was necessary because it's not catching on anything. But what you can see is that I've modded this to kind of be like a Diane, right? And the way I modeled my angle of this is, if you go here, you can see that they've got these little lips, right? And on this one, it's a cap. Okay, so what I did is I kind of said, okay, so that right there, let's see if I can get that angle. You know, without the cap, you can really see that angle. And the cap actually has an angle put, or like an extension piece put on it. So now you can see that there's an extension piece. So I just kind of kept going with what the puzzle was doing all the way through. And you can see that's the same here, right? There's a little lip. So I just got rid of that and I really rounded that off. It doesn't take any time at all. And did I do anything here? Yes, I slightly rounded off these areas here. So you can see that this is sort of like a triangle, right? Now this is still somewhat of a triangle, but not so much. And that's the corner piece. And here are the center pieces. Now this is the unmodded one here, and this is the modded one here. And you can see the clear differences that I've done. Okay, so this one goes straight up, and this one's kind of been rounded, tapered inwards a little bit. And this one's very square, and this one's very round, right? So that is the difference that I've done. And what I really tried to do is match the angle with the rest of them as well. So like, you know, it looks, you know, the diamond in there is all, you know, symmetrical. And that's the mod. And so for the inside pieces as well, I'm going to actually show that because I will be making a tutorial on how to perform this mod when I have a bit more time and I'm not so busy with my work. And I'll show you those pieces then. I just don't want to take apart my entire cube right now. But my final verdict on this is that if you have the time and you don't over mod it at all, the mod is actually really nice for the version 5. A lot of people say it doesn't need it, and they're right, it does not need it at all. I know some people I've seen on YouTube that get 35-second solves with an unmodded ShengShou. It's totally possible. It just comes down to practice. I don't mind modding cubes though, and I'm actually faster on this than I am on this, so why not do it, right? So anyways, guys, I will make a full tutorial. Leave a like if you would like me to do that, just so I know, because I mean, it's a big job to do, and I don't know if everybody wants to do it. So, you know, just leave a like if you're interested in seeing that video, and I will get it done when I have some spare time on my hands to do that. Anyways, guys, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.